All right, let's jump into a story about a forgotten promise and what it teaches us about generosity. So it all starts with this one church in Corinth. They promised to give, but didn't, and that was a big deal.
Okay, so what happened was a famine struck Jerusalem. Paul organized a relief fund from the newer churches he'd planted.
See, this gift was a huge symbol of unity, and while most churches were eager to help, the Corinthians dropped the ball. So you have to wonder, why was this forgotten gift such a big deal? For Paul, it wasn't just about the money. For him, it was a massive red flag. It showed that something about the gospel just hadn't clicked for them. Their lack of generosity meant they hadn't actually been transformed by the good news they said they believed. Because when you get right down to it, the gospel itself is this incredible story about generosity. And Paul sums up this whole idea in one powerful kind of poetic line. To really explain it, he uses this powerful metaphor that sounds a lot like balancing a budget. So think about it. Jesus had the ultimate wealth, his divine honor, but he traded it for poverty, even death. And because of that trade, our poverty from sin and death gets swapped for the riches of God's grace. See, the point of this whole story isn't just information. It's about total transformation. For Paul, being a Christian means letting this story of generosity really sink in and change you from the inside out. And that transformation, it naturally makes you a person who's just more willing to share your life and resources. So it leaves us with this big question. How can this kind of generosity completely change our own stories?